On the evening of August 21, 2020, Kevin Omwenga's apartment was alive with the energy of an impending celebration. Just days before, Kevin had purchased a ticket to Dubai, where he was set to close a $100 million deal. But beneath the surface of this high-stakes world, something darker was brewing. Earlier that day, Robert Bodo, his expression unreadable, walked into his boss's office, a walkie-talkie buzzing softly at his side. He reached for his gun, the weight of the night ahead heavy in his hand. Later, CCTV footage would reveal Bodo, disguised as an Arab man, shadowing Kevin as he left the party, the tension thickening with every step. And then, as Kevin returned home, the night was torn apart by the crack of a gunshot. Kevin collapsed, life slipping away as the cold hand of betrayal closed in. Welcome to Twisted Tales, where we tell crime stories from far and beyond. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get access to unlimited stories like this. In a world where ambition and betrayal walk hand in hand, the events of August 21, 2020 would forever change the lives of those involved. As secrets simmered beneath the surface, a night meant for celebration turned deadly, unraveling a web of deception that left one man fighting for his life and others questioning who they could trust. This is the story of how it all came crashing down. Kevin Omwenga was born on February 28, 1991, in the quiet, close-knit Soko village nestled within Kisii County. His birth brought a brief moment of joy to the Omwenga family, a small yet resilient household. He was the youngest of 3 sons, each with their own distinct personality and aspirations, but Kevin's arrival was particularly cherished by his parents. Tragedy, however, struck early in his life. Just 2 years after Kevin's birth, Omwenga Sr., his father, unexpectedly passed away, leaving a void that would be felt for years. The responsibility of raising the 3 boys fell entirely on their mother's shoulders. She was a strong-willed woman, known in the village for her unwavering determination and the fierce love she held for her children. Despite the challenges, Kevin's mother ensured her sons were grounded in the values of hard work and resilience. God saw her through and touched the heart of their uncle, Omwenga Sr.'s brother. Moved by their plight, he took it upon himself to raise the boys alongside their mother. This act of kindness and responsibility by their uncle was a blessing that helped shape the boys' futures. With his guidance and support, Kevin, Wycliffe, and Vincent were able to grow up in a nurturing environment, despite the absence of their father. Their uncle's involvement not only eased their mother's burden but also provided the boys with a male role model they desperately needed, ensuring they had the foundation to pursue their dreams. Kevin, the youngest, grew up in the shadow of his older brothers, yet he quickly distinguished himself with a sharp mind and a natural charm that made him a favorite among the villagers. His childhood, though marked by loss, was filled with the warmth of his mother's love and the camaraderie of his brothers. Thanks to the unwavering support of his mother and the generous involvement of his uncle, young Kevin Omwenga was granted most of his basic needs, despite the challenges of coming from a widowed family. This stability allowed Kevin to focus on his education, and he quickly proved to be a bright and determined student. He began his academic journey at the local primary school in Soko village, where he stood out for his sharp intellect and eagerness to learn. His teachers often remarked on his curiosity and his ability to grasp new concepts quickly, traits that set him apart from his peers. Recognizing his potential, his family ensured he had the opportunity to continue his education at Kisumu Boys High School. There, Kevin continued to excel, performing impressively in his studies. His academic achievements were a testament to his hard work and the strong values instilled in him by his family. His time at Kisumu Boys further shaped him, preparing him for the ambitious path he would eventually pursue in the world of business. Despite Kevin Omwenga's impressive academic performance at Kisumu Boys High School, financial constraints became an insurmountable barrier, preventing him from furthering his education. The dreams of higher learning had to be set aside, leaving Kevin with no option but to hustle and find a way to support himself and his family. However, the opportunities in Kisii County were limited. Known primarily for its banana farming, the region offered few avenues for a young man with Kevin's ambitions. The agricultural focus of the area left Kevin feeling trapped, his aspirations stifled by the lack of opportunities that matched his talents and drive. Determined not to let his circumstances define him, Kevin began searching for any opportunity that could offer him a way out of the confines of KZI. It was in this challenging environment that his resourcefulness and determination would be tested, setting the stage for the bold decisions and risks he would take in the years to come. Kevin Omwenga made a bold decision. He knew that if he was to escape the constraints of his rural hometown and make something of himself, he needed to head to Nairobi, the city of stones, where possibilities were endless for those determined enough to seize them. Kevin approached his guardian uncle with a plan. He asked for the chance to move to Nairobi, where he could try to find his footing and build a better future. His uncle, recognizing Kevin's ambition and drive, agreed without hesitation. With his uncle's support, Kevin packed up what little he had, his heart filled with hope and a fierce determination to succeed. When Kevin arrived in Nairobi, he was driven by a singular focus: to carve out a place for himself in the bustling city. Armed with nothing but his resolve and the lessons from his upbringing, he was ready to face the challenges of urban life head-on. This marked the beginning of Kevin's journey, a journey that would test his limits, push him to his breaking point, and ultimately define the man he would become. Determined to transform his family's fortunes, Kevin Omwenga arrived in Nairobi in April 2013, ready to face the challenges of the bustling capital. With a heart full of ambition and a clear goal in mind, he moved in with his uncle's family, seeking refuge and guidance as he embarked on this new chapter of his life. Navigating the complexities of Nairobi was no easy feat for someone fresh from the countryside. The city, with its fast pace and myriads of opportunities, also presented a bewildering array of choices and obstacles. Kevin, though driven by a fierce determination to succeed, found himself at a loss, unsure of where to start or how to make the most of the opportunities before him. Living with his uncle's family provided him with a roof over his head and a supportive environment, but the vast expanse of Nairobi demanded more than just a place to stay. Kevin had to adapt quickly, learning the ropes of city life while figuring out how to turn his dreams into reality. The path ahead was uncertain, but his resolve remained steadfast. He was ready to tackle whatever came his way, fueled by the hope of changing his family's fortunes for the better. As Kevin Omwenga stepped into the vibrant, challenging world of Nairobi in April 2013, he was clear on two things he absolutely would not do, no matter the circumstances. Firstly, he was resolute about avoiding a life as a casual laborer. His brother Vincent Omwenga had taken up various short-term jobs at different go-downs in industrial area, but Kevin had no intention of following that path. The repetitive nature of casual labor and its limited prospects did not align with his vision of success. Secondly, Kevin was equally determined not to become a long-distance travel bus tout, a role that his brother Wycliffe Omwenga had taken up with the Transline Bus Company. The demanding and often exhausting work of a bus tout, managing passengers and handling the rigors of long-distance travel, was not part of the future he envisioned for himself. For Kevin, these jobs represented a reality he was determined to avoid. He envisioned a future filled with opportunities and success, far beyond the limitations of his brother's current roles. With this firm resolve, he set out to explore other avenues in Nairobi, ready to pursue his ambitions with unwavering determination. Kevin Omwenga's dreams were as grand as his aspirations. As a child, he was captivated by cars, often standing by the highway to admire the various makes and models that passed by. This passion for automobiles fueled his ambition to one day drive a car as impressive as those owned by celebrities like Rick Ross. With such a vivid picture of his future, Kevin knew that jobs like casual labor or working as a bus tout, roles that his brothers had taken on, were far from what he envisioned for himself. These positions offered neither the financial reward nor the satisfaction of achieving his dream of driving a luxurious car. Determined to pursue a path that would align with his passion and provide the lifestyle he aspired to, Kevin was prepared to explore every opportunity in Nairobi. His love for cars and his drive to achieve his goals became the guiding force as he navigated the complexities of city life, ever focused on creating a future that matched his dreams. Determined to turn his passion for cars into a profitable pursuit, Kevin Omwenga set his sights on becoming a car salesman. His love for automobiles, combined with his vision of a successful future, led him to believe that this was the path he needed to follow. With nothing but his silver tongue and a fervent belief in his own abilities, Kevin approached a local car yard owner. He skillfully convinced the owner of his potential as a salesman, despite lacking formal experience in the field. Kevin's enthusiasm and deep knowledge of cars shone through as he articulated his vision and passion. His persuasive skills and genuine love for automobiles impressed the car yard owner, who decided to give Kevin a chance. This opportunity was a pivotal moment for Kevin, marking the beginning of his journey to transform his passion into a profitable career. With every sale, he hoped to move closer to the luxurious lifestyle he had always envisioned, and his commitment to succeeding in this new role became the driving force behind his efforts. And just like that, Kevin Omwenga landed a position at the burgeoning Insignia Motors on Galana Road. It was a breakthrough opportunity that aligned perfectly with his passion for cars and his drive to succeed. Starting with no connections or customer base, Kevin knew he had to make the most of the tools available to him. Recognizing the growing influence of social media in 2013, he decided to leverage it as his most valuable asset. With a strategic approach, Kevin utilized platforms like Facebook and Twitter to showcase Insignia Motors' inventory, engage with potential customers, and build an online presence. His efforts paid off as he connected with car enthusiasts and potential buyers, gradually establishing a reputation for himself as a knowledgeable and approachable salesman. By tapping into the digital landscape, Kevin was able to create a buzz around Insignia Motors, driving interest and sales in a competitive market. His innovative use of social media not only helped him build a client base, but also set the stage for his growing success in the automotive industry. Kevin Omwenga's entry into the world of car sales was marked by a blend of enthusiasm and strategic thinking. To kickstart his career at Insignia Motors, he created a Facebook page for the company, recognizing the platform's potential to connect with a wider audience and showcase the dealership's offerings. In July 2013, Kevin celebrated a significant milestone, his first sale. The car in question was a stylish Mini Cooper, and Kevin was determined to make a memorable impression. Dressed in a sharp suit and embodying the persona of a seasoned businessman, he took to social media with pride. He posted pictures and details of the Mini Cooper, capturing himself in action as he closed the deal. The post was more than just a sales update. It was a testament to Kevin's dedication and his ability to leverage social media to highlight his achievements. His presentation exuded confidence and professionalism, marking the beginning of his journey as a standout car salesman at Insignia Motors. Kevin Omwenga embraced the long game with unwavering commitment. Each morning, he would rise with determination and head to Insignia Motors, ready to make his mark. His routine became a blend of dedication and innovation. He would take photos of everything on the lot, from sleek motorcycles to elegant cars, anything his phone could capture. He diligently posted these images on the company's Facebook page, each post crafted to attract potential buyers. Kevin's strategy was simple but effective: cast a wide net and hope to capture interest. His consistent presence on social media and his eye for detail helped build a growing online portfolio of vehicles, showcasing the diverse inventory of Insignia Motors. Kevin's relentless effort paid off over time. His daily posts and updates gradually attracted attention, drawing in customers who were intrigued by the variety and quality of vehicles he showcased. His dedication to the long game, coupled with his innovative use of social media, began to pay dividends, steadily growing his reputation and his sales. Kevin Omwenga's tireless efforts on social media did not go unnoticed. His incessant posting and dynamic online presence eventually caught the eye of a prospective buyer. This pivotal moment led to Kevin's first sale, a significant achievement that marked the beginning of his success in the automotive world. The commission from this sale provided Kevin with the financial means to take a major step towards independence. With the money he earned, he rented his own apartment, moving out of his uncle's house and stepping into a space that was entirely his own. This move not only symbolized his growing success, but also gave him the freedom and privacy to continue pursuing his ambitions with even greater focus and determination. As Kevin Omwenga's career at Insignia Motors began to take off, so did his transformation. With the financial stability from his first sale and the independence of his own apartment, Kevin was no longer the country boy who had arrived from Kizii. He embraced a new identity, reflecting the success he was building. His wardrobe underwent a dramatic change, evolving into a stylish collection that echoed the trends of the time. Inspired by the fashion of 2014, Kevin adopted the look of a young hipster, sporting brands that were popularized by artists like Migos. His new attire, flashy, trendy, and emblematic of the hip-hop culture, marked a stark contrast to his previous, more modest style. This change in wardrobe not only signified his rising status, but also aligned with his growing confidence and the image he wanted to project in the vibrant world of Nairobi. With his newfound financial independence and a taste for the city's vibrant lifestyle, Kevin Omwenga embraced the diverse array of beverages available. He began to indulge in alcohol, making it a frequent part of his social life. Any spare money he earned was often spent on enjoying the nightlife, reflecting his desire to fully immerse himself in the experiences Nairobi had to offer. Kevin's evenings were marked by a penchant for revelry, with his newfound wealth fueling a lifestyle that included frequent visits to bars and social gatherings, where he freely partook in drinks and the excitement of city life. As Kevin Omwenga's success at Insignia Motors continued to grow, so did his financial prosperity. The money he earned began to overflow, so much so that it couldn't fit into his wallet. He proudly flaunted his newfound wealth, showing off stacks of cash to anyone who would see, basking in the tangible evidence of his achievements. In his own words, Kevin had transformed into a young and rich individual. The phrase encapsulated his sense of accomplishment and confidence in his ability to generate more wealth. For him, remaking the cash was no longer a concern. It was a testament to his belief in his own potential and the success he had achieved. This mindset not only underscored his financial success, but also highlighted his ambition and the transformative journey from a humble start to a prosperous future. As quickly as Kevin Omwenga's wealth grew, he remained grounded and mindful of the source of his success. While he enjoyed the fruits of his labor, indulging in the high life, he never lost sight of the importance of his job at Insignia Motors, which had paved the way for his new lifestyle. Respecting the opportunity he had been given, Kevin doubled down on his efforts in salesmanship. He poured even more energy into his work, focusing on marketing luxury cars, a niche that aligned perfectly with his evolving tastes and aspirations. His newfound drive and strategic approach allowed him to leverage his success and build a reputation for himself in the high-end market. By concentrating on luxury vehicles, Kevin not only capitalized on his passion for cars, but also positioned himself as a key player in a lucrative segment of the automotive industry. His commitment to his job ensured that his success was sustainable, and he continued to thrive, further solidifying his place in Nairobi's competitive car market. As Kevin Omwenga continued to excel in his role and expand his presence in the luxury car market, he devoted some of his time to surfing online for potential customers and connections. It was during one of these online explorations that he came across Rukia Jamal, a captivating woman of Belgian and Ugandan descent. Rukia, with her sophisticated aura and apparent wealth, immediately caught Kevin's eye. Her polished appearance and refined style matched his own aspirations and tastes, making her an ideal match for the lifestyle he was curating. Despite the geographical distance between them, Kevin was drawn to her and felt an undeniable connection. His growing affection for Rukia was fueled by her image and the sense of affluence she exuded. As their online interactions developed, Kevin's feelings deepened, and he found himself enchanted by the prospect of a relationship with someone who embodied the very qualities he admired and aspired to. Without hesitation, Kevin decided to make his move. He reached out to Rukia Jamal, confidently presenting himself as the owner of Insignia Motors. His bold claim, coupled with his charm, intrigued Rukia. She found his entrepreneurial spirit and success at a young age inspirational, which only deepened her interest in him. As their connection grew, Rukia was captivated not only by Kevin's apparent success, but also by his personal charisma. The distance between them was no obstacle. She made several trips to Kenya just to be with him. Each visit further cemented their budding relationship. When Rukia arrived, Kevin went all out to impress her. He picked her up in one of his boss's high-end cars, showcasing his access to luxury and the life he was building. The opulence of the vehicle and Kevin's effortless charm made a lasting impression, further endearing him to Rukia and solidifying their romantic bond. Unbeknownst to Rukia Jamal, Kevin Omwenga's charm and the lavish lifestyle he projected were part of a carefully crafted act. While their relationship seemed genuine and filled with affection, Kevin's primary motivation was more pragmatic. He saw Rukia as a means to secure financial support whenever his business faced challenges. Her apparent wealth made her a valuable asset in his eyes, especially during times when cash flow was tight. Kevin would discreetly tap into her resources, seeking soft loans and financial assistance whenever his business needed a boost. Rukia, enchanted by the persona Kevin presented and the impressive lifestyle he showcased, remained unaware of the true nature of his intentions. To her, Kevin seemed like a successful and ambitious man, unaware that beneath the surface, his affection was deeply intertwined with his financial needs. After spending some time dating Rukia Jamal, Kevin Omwenga began to subtly shift the dynamics of their relationship. Recognizing her genuine care and the financial stability she possessed, he started requesting soft loans from her. His approach was carefully measured, designed to maintain the facade of a loving partner while subtly leveraging her resources. Rukia, deeply invested in their relationship and believing in Kevin's sincerity, complied with his requests for financial help. Whenever Kevin faced business downturns or financial strains, he would reach out to her, and she, eager to support him and secure their relationship, would gladly send him the assistance he needed. To Rukia, these acts of generosity were a testament to her commitment and support for Kevin. Unaware of his true motives, she continued to help him, believing in the future they were building together, while Kevin used this support to navigate his business challenges and sustain his lifestyle. As their relationship progressed, Rukia Jamal extended a significant offer to Kevin Omwenga. She invited him to move with her to Germany. Her intention was to build a life together in Europe, envisioning a future where they could share both personal and professional success. However, Kevin, true to his own aspirations and identity, declined the invitation. Despite the allure of a new life in Europe, he remained firmly rooted in Nairobi, where he had built his business and established his lifestyle. His reluctance to relocate was driven by a mix of personal pride, professional ambition, and a deep-seated attachment to the life he had created for himself in Kenya. Kevin's decision to stay in Nairobi reflected his commitment to his career and his vision of success, which he had carefully cultivated. While he appreciated Rukia's offer and the opportunities it might have presented, he chose to remain in his familiar environment, focused on continuing his journey and achieving his goals in the city he had come to call home. As time passed, the strain of their long-distance relationship began to take its toll. Rukia Jamal, who had envisioned a future together with Kevin Omwenga, started to realize that their lifestyles and expectations were too divergent to sustain the relationship. Kevin's life in Nairobi was characterized by frequent parties, social events, and a vibrant social scene that catered to his love for enjoyment and luxury. His focus remained on building his career and indulging in the pleasures of city life. In contrast, Rukia sought a serious and committed partnership, one that would offer stability and a shared vision for the future. The differences in their priorities became increasingly apparent. While Kevin thrived in his lively and carefree environment, Rukia's desire for a more grounded and serious relationship began to clash with Kevin's lifestyle. The distance and their contrasting lifestyles led to growing dissatisfaction on both sides. Despite their initial attraction and connection, the mismatch in their expectations created a rift that neither could bridge. As a result, the relationship began to falter, revealing that they were fundamentally mismatched, like unlike poles that struggled to maintain their attraction. Ultimately, the differences between Kevin Omwenga and Rukia Jamal proved too great to overcome, leading to the end of their relationship. With Rukia no longer in the picture, Kevin focused solely on his career, continuing to thrive in the world of car sales. However, Kevin's journey took a troubling turn when he succumbed to the temptation of unethical behavior. In a bid to make a quick profit, he attempted to deceive a customer, thinking he could manage the situation without repercussions. Unfortunately, this misstep was not without consequences. His fraudulent actions were discovered, leading to a significant breach of trust with both the customer and his employer. Insignia Motors, which had been instrumental in his rise, was forced to take action. Kevin's unethical behavior led to his dismissal from the company, marking a dramatic fall from grace. The consequences of his actions were severe, forcing Kevin to confront the reality of his choices. His career in car sales, which had once seemed so promising, now faced uncertainty due to the fallout from his dishonesty. Despite the setback with Insignia Motors, Kevin Omwenga's reputation as a top salesman and his silver tongue allowed him to navigate through the storm. His ability to charm and persuade remained intact, and he managed to slip into a new opportunity at Lystra Motors in Lavington. At Lystra Motors, Kevin continued to apply his skills, leveraging his extensive experience and connections in the automotive industry. His adeptness at influencing and closing deals with top car brands became a significant asset. He used his charm and expertise to build strong relationships with clients and manufacturers, cementing his position as a key player in the luxury car market. Kevin's tenure at Lystra Motors was marked by a renewed focus and a strategic approach, as he worked to rebuild his reputation and expand his influence. His ability to navigate the challenges of the industry and his knack for sales ensured that he remained a prominent figure in the car sales world, driving success even as he adapted to new circumstances. As Kevin Omwenga continued his career at Lystra Motors, his success and newfound access to luxury vehicles introduced him to a world of opulence and exclusivity. His passion for high-end cars led him to frequent exquisite places, where he mingled with influential individuals and attended glamorous events. It was during these high-profile outings that Kevin encountered a group known as the Gang Gold Scammers. This notorious circle, despite being 90% customers of high-end vehicles, operated on the fringes of legality and had a reputation for their elaborate and deceptive schemes. The allure of this circle was undeniable to Kevin. They were wealthy, influential, and deeply embedded in the world of luxury he aspired to be a part of. Their presence in high-end circles and their extravagant lifestyle seemed to fit seamlessly with Kevin's ambitions. However, as he mingled with them and integrated into their social sphere, he began to realize that the connections and allure came with risks. The Gang Gold Scammers were involved in dubious activities that could potentially jeopardize his own standing and career. Yet, Kevin's fascination with their world and the opportunity to elevate his status kept him entangled with them, even as he ventured into dangerous territory. Following what was described as a convincing offer from the Gang Gold Scammers, Kevin Omwenga made a drastic decision. He resigned from his position as a salesman at Lystra Motors. The allure of the new opportunity, combined with the prospect of greater financial gain and status, led him to leave behind his stable career. When Kevin next appeared in public, he was a transformed man. He was now dressed in sleek, high-end suits that exuded wealth and sophistication, a stark contrast to the days when he was borrowing money and living modestly. His appearance reflected his newfound status and success, showcasing the dramatic shift in his circumstances. The sharp suits and polished demeanor were a testament to the significant change in Kevin's life. His transformation from a struggling salesman to a figure of high-profile luxury and influence was now complete, marking a bold departure from his previous life and aligning him with the opulent world he had long desired to be a part of. Kevin Omwenga's transformation extended beyond his wardrobe to his living situation. Having left his modest one-bedroom apartment, he now resided in the opulent Galana Suites, an upscale residence with a monthly rent of 150,000 Kenyan shillings per month. The move to such a luxurious setting was emblematic of his meteoric rise. The stark upgrade in his living conditions was nothing short of remarkable, a testament to his swift and dramatic ascent in the world of luxury. Kevin attributed this extraordinary success to divine intervention, claiming that it was God's work that had brought him such prosperity. His new lifestyle, from the sleek suits to the extravagant apartment, served as a public display of his newfound success and the transformative journey he had undergone. Despite Kevin Omwenga's public claim that his success was due to divine intervention, rumors began circulating about his new venture. Word on the street was that Kevin had become involved in gold scams, working under the notorious Chris. Chris was a name that struck fear and respect in equal measure. Known for his formidable presence and deep influence, Chris was a figure you didn't want to cross. His operations were shrouded in secrecy and intimidation, making him a powerful and dangerous individual in the world of high-stakes schemes. The association with Chris cast a shadow over Kevin's rapid rise, suggesting that his newfound wealth and luxury were not solely the result of legitimate success. The rumors of his involvement with such a formidable and unscrupulous boss added a layer of intrigue and danger to his already dramatic transformation. Chris was not just any influential figure. He was a real-life don with a commanding presence and a licensed gun owner. As the CEO of Global Jet, an exclusive air charter company, his wealth and power were unmistakable. His status was further evidenced by his choice of vehicles, each adorned with plates bearing his initials and company name, CH Jet. These top-shelf machines were more than just luxury cars. They were symbols of his dominance and influence. The cars that followed him, like chase vehicles, added to the aura of prestige and authority surrounding him. His lifestyle was a blend of high-end opulence and sheer power, making him a formidable force in both the business and criminal worlds. His reputation was built on an imposing combination of wealth, authority, and an intimidating presence, marking him as a figure to be reckoned with. Chris's formidable reputation was not without its controversies. Despite facing numerous court cases related to gun violence and gold scams, his influence and power rendered him virtually untouchable. His ability to navigate these legal challenges and maintain his position of authority only added to his mystique and intimidation factor. According to individuals who had previously been in business with him, Chris was clearly a man you wouldn't want to cross. His commanding presence, combined with his legal and criminal entanglements, made him a dangerous figure in the world of high-stakes dealings. His untouchable status underscored the complex and often perilous nature of his business ventures, cementing his place as a prominent, albeit feared, player in the realm of luxury and illicit. Despite the risks and legal murkiness associated with working for Chris, Kevin Omwenga was fully committed to his new role. His dedication and efforts in serving his formidable boss were handsomely rewarded. One of the first perks of his new position was receiving a Range Rover, a coveted vehicle that most people dream of driving. The luxury and prestige of the Range Rover symbolized the significant rewards Kevin was reaping from his association with Chris. This impressive vehicle was not just a symbol of his success, but also a reflection of the high status and financial gains he was now enjoying as part of the elite circle he had entered. The Range Rover, with its blend of opulence and power, was a fitting representation of Kevin's rapid ascent in the world of high-stakes luxury and his new role in the high-stakes game of gold scamming. Kevin's newfound success allowed him to share the rewards with his family. He decided to gift his brother Wycliffe the Range Rover, knowing how much it would mean to him. Wycliffe, who had always harbored political ambitions, used the opportunity to make a notable entrance at an event in Kizii. Arriving in the luxurious Range Rover not only underscored the family's elevated status, but also helped Wycliffe make a striking impression in his political circles. The grandeur of the vehicle added a layer of prestige to his public image, aligning with his aspirations and potentially boosting his profile in the local political scene. Kevin Omwenga's lavish lifestyle took a dramatic turn after a wild night of excessive drinking. Weeks later, still riding high on his recent success and influenced by his unrestrained indulgence, he walked into a showroom in Mombasa where Ruthless Focus, a renowned car dealer, worked. Driven by his new persona and perhaps a need to assert his newfound wealth, Kevin purchased a Porsche Panamera, a vehicle that epitomized luxury and sophistication. The extravagant purchase was a testament to his lavish lifestyle and growing appetite for high-end indulgences. This bold move led to him adopting a new nickname, Richie Rich. The name encapsulated his opulent lifestyle and dramatic rise, reflecting his transformation from a struggling salesman to a figure of considerable wealth and extravagance. The Porsche Panamera, with its sleek design and powerful performance, became a symbol of his ambitious and often unrestrained approach to life. Kevin Omwenga's latest acquisition, the Porsche Panamera, was nothing short of astonishing. His new set of friends, clearly impressed by his flamboyant purchase, celebrated his success with enthusiastic online congratulations. They posted videos and messages, showering him with praise and attributing his newfound wealth to his relentless hustle. As Kevin reveled in his success, he made sure to amplify the celebration by blasting "Mo Money Mo Problems" on his car radio. The track's theme of wealth and excess perfectly matched the vibe of his newfound opulence. The combination of the Porsche Panamera, the celebratory online shoutouts, and the iconic song created a powerful statement about Kevin's rise and the lifestyle he was now living. His friends' online cheers and the choice of music reflected not just his material success, but also his embrace of a high-profile, extravagant persona. With money no longer being a concern, Kevin Omwenga faced a new dilemma: how to spend it. His solution was to dive headfirst into the world of luxury and celebrity. He became a regular at high-end clubs like B Club, where he mingled with some of the most glamorous figures in the entertainment industry. Kevin's partying lifestyle was marked by his preference for Hennessy, the only drink he would indulge in as he celebrated in style. His new social circle included notable celebrities, such as the songstress Tanasha Donna, and his nights out were a blend of extravagant fun and high-profile connections. The high life, filled with exclusive events and the company of stars, became Kevin's new norm. It was clear that his transformation into Richie Rich was not just about wealth, but also about embracing a lifestyle of opulence and celebrity. For his birthday celebrations, Kevin Omwenga went all out, dubbing the event his Ferrari birthday. The extravagant party was a showcase of his opulent lifestyle, complete with high-end touches and a flair for the dramatic. To make the event even more special, Kevin flew in a Tanzanian lady host to MC the occasion, adding an international touch to the festivities. The celebration was jointly hosted with his new best friend, Jamal Oat, and featured a strict beverage selection. Only Billionaire and Hennessy were served. The choice of these exclusive drinks highlighted the party's luxury and sophistication, fitting perfectly with the high-profile atmosphere of the event. Kevin's Ferrari birthday was more than just a celebration. It was a statement of his success and his ability to host with unparalleled flair. The combination of a star-studded guest list, top-tier drinks, and a lavish setting made it a memorable affair that reflected his lavish lifestyle and new status. At Kevin Omwenga's opulent Ferrari birthday party, even the smallest details were imbued with a sense of extravagance. When the waiter failed to bring water for hand-washing before the meal, Kevin and his guests, undeterred, used the alcohol itself, Billionaire and Hennessy, to clean their hands. This unexpected move was a testament to the level of indulgence and confidence that characterized Kevin's new lifestyle. The incident perfectly illustrated how far he had come from his humble beginnings and his embrace of a life where traditional norms were cast aside in favor of extravagant and unconventional choices. His ability to turn even a minor mishap into a display of luxury reflected his full immersion into a world of excess and high status. Kevin Omwenga's rapid ascent and unrestrained indulgence were not without their pitfalls. Driven by his ambition and the thrill of success, Kevin made a critical error by sealing a significant gold deal without informing his boss, Chris. The deal, which had been connected to him by his new best friend and neighbor at Galana Suites, Jamal, was a lucrative opportunity. However, Kevin's decision to pursue it independently and without his knowledge was a serious breach of protocol. This move highlighted Kevin's growing confidence but also revealed a dangerous lapse in judgment. By stepping out of line and making such a substantial deal on his own, he risked not only his standing within the organization but also his relationship with the formidable Chris, whose influence and control were integral to his new lifestyle. The potential fallout from this misstep could have far-reaching consequences for Kevin, testing his ability to navigate the high-stakes world he had so eagerly embraced. Kevin Omwenga's decision to finalize the gold deal without informing Chris was a grave breach of business etiquette and respect. In the world of high-stakes dealings and influential figures like Chris, maintaining proper protocol and keeping the Don in the loop was essential. Kevin's failure to do so was seen as a serious offense. This act of defiance was more than just a minor oversight. It was viewed as a blatant disrespect towards his authority and a breach of the trust that had been established. In the ruthless and unforgiving world of high-stakes gold scams, such a lapse could not go unpunished. As a result, Kevin's ambition, which had driven him to make bold moves and seek success, ultimately became his downfall. The repercussions of his actions would serve as a harsh reminder of the dangers of overstepping boundaries and the price of failing to adhere to the unspoken rules of the game. On August 21, 2020, as Kevin Omwenga prepared for a lavish party at his newly purchased residence, an event celebrating his recent purchase of a Dubai ticket dated March 23 and a 100M deal with his best friend Jamal, trouble was brewing behind the scenes. Robert Bodo, known for his ruthless dealings, entered his boss's office while talking into a walkie-talkie and armed himself with a gun. Later that evening, disguised as Jamal and posing as an Arab man, Bodo was captured by CCTV arriving at Kevin's apartment. Kevin, oblivious to the impending danger, left his apartment, eager to return to his beautiful partner. However, Bodo followed him closely. As Kevin was getting ready for his night, a sudden gunshot pierced the air. In a shocking turn of events, Kevin was left fighting for his life, the lavish party plans overshadowed by the violent confrontation that had erupted. Robert Bodo claimed that Kevin Omwenga's death was a suicide, but this explanation was quickly disputed. Wycliffe, Kevin's brother, who was present at the scene, vehemently denied the suicide allegations. The attempts to save Kevin's life were in vain, and by the time he arrived at the hospital, Bodo had already left to return the gun. Tragically, Kevin was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital, marking the end of a tumultuous 28-year era. The sudden and violent conclusion to Kevin's life was a stark reminder of the dangers and consequences that come with living on the edge in a world of high stakes and ruthless dealings. His death left a void and unanswered questions, especially about the true circumstances surrounding his final moments. In the aftermath of Kevin Omwenga's tragic death, the investigation took a dramatic turn. Robert Bodo and Chris were arrested on charges of murder but were subsequently released on bond, leaving the case unresolved and the justice system under scrutiny. The situation grew even darker when Wycliffe Omwenga, Kevin's brother and the key witness to the murder, was tragically killed. His death not only added a profound layer of sorrow to the Omwenga family, but also cast a long shadow over the investigation. With the star witness gone, the quest for justice seemed to falter, leaving many questions unanswered and adding a grim chapter to the Omwenga family story. The end of the Omwenga saga was marked by loss and unresolved turmoil, highlighting the harsh realities and dangerous consequences of the high-stakes world they had been part of. In a dramatic turn of events, Robert Bodo faced legal consequences for his role in Kevin Omwenga's death. He was charged with the possession of the firearm used in the tragic incident, a charge that connected him directly to the crime. This development brought some level of legal reckoning for his actions. On the other hand, Chris, despite his earlier arrest and the murky circumstances surrounding the case, was fully acquitted. He continued with his life, seemingly unaffected by the legal battles and the death of Kevin Omwenga. The acquittal allowed him to resume his influential role and maintain his position of power and prominence. This outcome left many with a sense of injustice and disbelief, as the legal repercussions for the involved parties seemed disproportionate to the gravity of the crime. The resolution, or lack thereof, of the case highlighted the complex and often flawed nature of justice in high-stakes environments. The saga of Kevin Omwenga came to a haunting conclusion, underscoring the perilous consequences of navigating a world where ambition and luxury intertwine with danger and deceit. Kevin's meteoric rise, marked by lavish celebrations and high-stakes dealings, was abruptly ended by a violent confrontation that shattered the veneer of his success. Robert Bodo's legal troubles for possessing the murder weapon provided a semblance of justice, but the acquittal of Chris left many questions unanswered and a sense of unresolved tension. The murder of Wycliffe Omwenga, the key witness, cast a dark shadow over the case, revealing the high cost of being entangled in such a ruthless world. As the dust settled, the Omwenga family's story became a stark reminder of the brutal realities behind the glittering facade of wealth and power.